This podcast is brought to you by The Pod Tower, hosted by the Watchtower database. Visit youtube.com/thepodtower for informative, hilarious DC animation-themed podcasts and live streams every week. And check out the Watchtower database for DCAU video essays, timelines, fan theories, and more. And please, enjoy the show. Hey now, I cut out all my burps last time. You don't get to just purposely burp first thing you say.
I mean, you can cut it out and start just there with like that whole little monologue.
Or just cut out the burp, leave silence where the burp was, but leave the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Time.
That was pretty good.
It's not a Clock King episode. Spoilers. Sorry. I know you really wish that it was. Did you listen to that Dungeons Daddies thing that was talking about all the Batman villains? No, I haven't yet. I will later. Although,
wait.
You're just gonna play it.
I'm just gonna play it because it's without any.
We're advertising for a different podcast. Don't listen to this one. Listen to a different one. Go away.
One moment, please.
Here you go. So the only context is there's someone who's an actor and he keeps like really trying to like play all of his roles like wholeheartedly. Uh-huh. And there's been a lot of like, the Joker and Two-Face and Poison Ivy already coming up as characters he wanted to play.
Okay.
And so now there's this.
The greed thing that comes up for Hermie is just every Batman villain shows up and he's like, I want to be them all. Oh, this is where I can finally be me. Look, it's Condiment King and Calendar Man. Yeah. Man Bat, Solomon Grundy. Oh, and he's just walking around going, I could be everything I want to be here. This is the ultimate stage for my performances.
Well, guys, the good news.
You're just happy that you understood who three of those four characters were.
I mean, he started with Condiment King, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, what a poll for like, let's see, Batman villains, tip of my tongue, Condiment King. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that Anthony's like an OG.
Yeah, we haven't gotten Solomon Grundy yet, but we will.
Have?
No, we haven't.
Haven't we?
Who do you think that is? Who do you think that is?
The dude who reminded me. Wait a minute. Who's the Old West guy? Is
Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
Didn't we get? Doesn't he look the same? Like, isn't he like a gray dude?
I mean, Solomon Grundy is like a big hulking zombie man. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you're familiar with the character, but we haven't had him yet. So.
Huh. It sounds like I know the name, but I guess I don't know why I know. And
he'll be voiced by Mark Hamill also, so that'll be.
Oh,
cool.
Fuck! Bring it.
Yeah. Well, this is Jump on the Bat-Wagon, not Dungeons and Daddies. No.
Sorry for all the editing, though. Really,
it's okay. It's okay. All it is cutting out like 5 minutes of you trying to find the right time code in that thing
and the burp.
Yeah. No, I'm leaving that. But this is episode 137 of Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm James from K.
I feel it in my bones.
That's all Brian was texting me in the lead up. I said I was updating him. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm headed home. Okay. This thing and that thing. Okay. Because he was mad at
It's
life.
effective communication is what it is.
I mean, it's better. It's Brian. I said Brian Man says K. It's better than saying nothing, and it's better than telling me it's not K. So,
yeah, Banana Man.
Yeah. I wish he would say his catchphrase again. We'll find out this week, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm James. If you didn't know, Brian, I'm from the Watchtower Database YouTube channel. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I mean, I I watched it for some years before I wasn't allowed to anymore, and now I'm gonna loosely associated with it, so I know about it.
Yeah. What a weird thing to be like. This is obviously not the same at all, but if you were just like an employee of Disney, but you weren't allowed to watch any Disney movies, like,
oh my God, you work for Disney? I love Pocahontas. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know you do. This was the Land song. Yeah. The song about land.
Yeah. Thank you for joining in on that, by the way.
You think you land whatever land you land on. This is Brian over there. He's I'm going to show him the whole DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time. If he's interested anyway, in the controversial airdate order. I mean, at this point, he has to be. So he may view these shows the way human beings experienced them in the far gone days of the 1900s.
And at the time of this recording...
And I'm Brian. 221.
The new Batman Adventures is streaming on Max.
My dog.
And available on DVD and Blu-ray.
My other dog.
Another form of media. And if you'd like to follow
another form
along,
of dog.
Listener, another form of dog, you can head over to the link in the description to do that thing. We're watching The Cult of the Cat today. That is the name of the episode. You correctly guessed it was about
Darkwing
Catwoman.
Duck. No?
Oh.
Whoops.
Your prediction last time, it was that. This first aired Friday, September 18th, 1998. That's tomorrow in 1998 and 2 days ago in 1998 when you're listening to this. At 3 p.m., and I have it down still as the WB instead of Kids WB, but Ryan was informing me. Yeah, Thoob. Ryan was informing me that even at this time of day, it was still a Kids WB block for some reason, even though the website I got this from didn't say that. But some people are bad at keeping track of history, including yours truly, I guess, sometimes. So,
and some people are good at it. So thank you, Ryan, for always keeping James on his toes.
But we'll never know what WB it truly is. Just imagine. It doesn't matter. 4 days after our last episode, The Ultimate Thrill. And do you have the champagne ready, Brian? Because this aired number 15 and produced number 15.
I don't have the champagne ready. I do. It has Spindrift. Yeah.
That works.
Oh, God. That was all carbonation at that point.
That was all air and bubbles.
Yes.
Good for burps. The story of this episode was by Paul Dini and Stan Berkowitz, and written by Stan Berkowitz. The director is Butch Lukic, and music is Christopher Carter. Animation is Coco Dong Yang. So we just kind of have Coco Dong Yang for a long time. We don't get to have any say in it.
I do love Coco.
Yeah, you're in love with the
Coco.
Coco.
You ever drink Coco like in the snow? Mm-hmm. That's so good.
Are you someone that likes the little tiny marshmallows or wishes they weren't there?
Ooh.
Because I think I want them every time, and then they just turn into weird little floaty Lucky Charms, and I don't want to like chew the hot chocolate anymore, so I wish they weren't there at that point.
I've come to accept them for what they are.
Okay.
And I'll always take
just like me.
Yeah.
I am a little Lucky Charm marshmallow in Brian's heart.
Ironically, the horseshoe. I'm
a clovered bitch.
I will always like eat one of them like kind of hard because they're interestingly chalky. And then you put them in. But I would rather have good quality hot chocolate without the marshmallows than have low quality hot chocolate with them.
Okay. But
hey, look.
Oh, my God. Brian's got a new tattoo. And can you explain that to me? Because when I saw the umbrella, I thought, How I Met Your Mother, I guess. But you don't watch that show, so I don't get it. What is it?
Well, it was an umbrella tattoo that had raindrops that was designed by a friend of mine. And then I was like...
juggly balls.
And then I was like, hey, what if not raindrops, but juggling balls? And the tattoo artist is like, yes. So now umbrella with juggling balls. So that
was
fun.
The umbrella representative of anything, or just like PNW, baby?
No, none of that even. It was just I don't know, just an interesting shape.
You feel like an umbrella guy.
It was I don't think I own an umbrella, except for this one.
I own like 5 for some reason. I don't ever use them.
Yeah. No, it was a Friday the 13th thing. Like they do a flash sale. You don't generally make any changes whatsoever. You just like point at a thing and they tattoo it on you. And it was $31 because 13 reverse 31. By the way, listener, the next Friday the 13th is in December. So start looking for tattoo shops near you. They are probably going to participate.
Oh, it's just a thing they do?
Yeah, like all around the world.
Oh, maybe I should get a little kitty cat paw print for once in my goddamn life.
I mean, so it's going to be stuff that's already designed. Not like, I want this tattoo that I want for cheap.
But you said make the raindrops juggly balls, and then you did it.
It helps to know someone.
All right. If you want to head over to the link in the description, listener, and buy us a Yoppie beverage to support the show and pay for Brian's future tattoos on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
We'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode, and we'll plug your shit. We'll also do a push-up for every $1. So I know, I purposely wrote it like that. Don't worry. Brian's laughing. He's stifling laughter. It's talking about like butt stuff. You know?
Yeah, great.
Push up for every $1. Send us coffee for our health, your entertainment. Today's Yoppie Bebs come to us from Kyle Naranjo.
Kyle.
Host of the Film Realists podcast. That's the plug.
Ooh, that came out yesterday, and I was supposed to listen to that episode, and whoops.
Brian doesn't listen to anything anymore. It's okay. Kyle says 3-year anniversary of the podcast. 3 Yoppie Bebs for 2 Yoppie dudes. Also from Kyle.
Kyle.
Mushroom.
Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Kyle.
Oh, Kyle, it's a Kyle. Let's do push-ups.
Okay.
15 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's so hard to get down to the ground.
Kyle.
Dude.
Kyle.
3, Kyle.
Kyle.
4,
Kyle.
6, Kyle. 7, Kyle. 8, Kyle. 9, Kyle. 10, Kyle. 11, Kyle. 12, Kyle. 13, Kyle. 14, Kyle. 15, Kyle. No, wait, it's just 15?
That's it. Stop. Yeah.
I don't know why.
For God's sake, don't do any more.
I was going to 25. I was like, no, wait, I think 15.
I started Kyling, and then I went, oh shit, I've already lost track. And then I was just counting in 4s and then did 3 at the end. And I was like, yeah, that's how math. It was like music. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, do we have a new neighbor? A U-Haul. An old man with a U-Haul is slowly pulling up in front of neighbor house. He's backing in.
Do continue to narrate.
Really?
Yeah, what's going on?
I mean, he's trying to back in. It's kind of a narrow road, though.
Oh. Is he having trouble?
Yeah.
Sick. Let's go watch Cult of the Cat.
He's gonna. No. Oh, he stopped.
Let's go watch Cult of the Cat.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
About time you got here.
Let me guess. You needed a warm place to spend the night.
Kind of.
I know of one. Jail.
Same old self-righteous stiff.
It doesn't look like you've changed much either, Selena.
But I have. I've been through a lot in the last month, and I can tell you that jail's not the place for me. I wouldn't be safe there.
Safe from what?
Next question.
Catwoman. Sorry, I didn't do it as well as you did.
I don't think I did either.
No, when he shouted, Catwoman, when the cat was going to attack him, and she was nowhere to be found, and then you shouted it 2 seconds later, I thought that was him saying it again. Like you did it so well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My impressions are on point.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you do
Senyap.
Yep.
If you're wondering, Senyap, what you just watched, Senyap. Take a listen to the synopsis, the short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
Catwoman. We knew we were.
Yeah.
I was already planning on doing it, and then you had like a look on your face halfway through the song. All right, please tell me what happens in the Cult of the Cat TNBA, Brian.
Catwoman steals a cat sculpture, and some cat cultists get upset by this, and they're all like, well, now you gotta die. Lol, wait, join our crew. Batman came to save you, and you beat him up because you're stealing brown objects. Now it's time to sacrifice him to a cat. It's a big cat. It's a genetically modified cat. Mm-hmm. And then it was just all. She's like, ooh, it wasn't like a gold clock, or it just everything was brown, one color brown.
This brown thing in this clock, yeah.
Anyway, then the mutant cat doesn't get anybody except for everybody but Catwoman and Bat-Woman. And then the zoo happens, and Mr. Freeze goes by on a gurney. and Kamish gives Batman back his belt. The end. Oh, Wolverine happened a lot.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of Wolverine. Yeah. Wolverine, he said. Where'd you go? You were just here a second ago. I had a thought of saying, like, when they're fighting at the end, he's fighting Wolverine Man by the chair. And I thought, like, this is like a glimpse of what it would be to see Batman fighting Wolverine, but then that guy actually sucked. Like he could barely hold his own, so I don't think that's anywhere close. No. There was just a visual similarity.
The adamantium claws looked identical, but otherwise, nope.
I'll tell you the official synopsis. After stealing a gold statuette of a cat, Catwoman is a statuette because it's a girl.
Can you say statuette of a catchuette, please?
Catchuette? Yeah. A statuette of a cat, otherwise known as a catchuette. Catwoman finds herself tracked and eventually caught by a cat cult, whose main plan is to use Batman as a tasty bat treat to their mascot, a prowling, slobbering, mean-to-the-bone tiger. That's a weird description. That barely worked.
Yeah, none of that's really even applicable.
Their main plan? I don't think so.
No. Well, no.
That was just a, like, bonus. Oh, Batman was here? Nice. Well, feed him to the cat, I guess. Like,
yeah.
Their main plan was, anyway, whatever. I did like Batman walking in to Batwoman stealing the brown objects. Uh-huh. He walks in as she's doing that, and he goes, Catwoman, in the window, like, psst, come over here. Uh-huh. And she's like, huh? I'm clearly stealing brown objects. And he's like, we got to get out of here. Wait a second. Were you stealing brown objects? And she's like, no. Like, it's like, yes, duh, fucking idiot. I don't know. That was just a strange.
Selena, I thought you changed.
Yeah.
You said you'd never steal brown objects again.
Yeah. He goes to the Batmobile. About time you got here. Were you stealing brown objects? No, I swear. That's the old me. I would never. I think brown objects is just the subtitle, but I did really like your what you did.
I was gonna say that's got to be one of our ratings.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But who? We got to flip a coin.
I know. I'll think of a different thing. But I also liked your probable or potential subtitle of 12 dead people and a cat.
There's just so many broken backs from people falling into that pit.
Yeah,
and they just
like
hit
20,
and then they
30
don't move.
Foot drop and then
yeah, and then they don't move, and then one girl gets like even like the blanket put over her face because she's like deceased.
Catwoman immediately decides, well, she's actually dead, and throws a towel or her cape or whatever. Was she even wearing that before she showed up randomly to fight Catwoman?
I think so. I think so, but I don't know.
This episode was okay. It had a lot of.
Was it?
Am I being generous? It had a lot of like ideas that it would bring up that were never realized. And I think an obvious one that feels like it sort of just describes the rest of the episode was that there seemed to be a intended subplot of cult girl being like, oh, but I'm in love with Thomas Blake. And then Catwoman he's going to fuck Catwoman now. And I don't like that. I'm mad. And then nothing ever came of that. Neither did Catwoman and Thomas Blake. Because she's like, we can do that later. And he's like, yes, many times we will have sex, he said as he left the room.
Pretty much, honestly.
But yeah, just like multiple times where I felt like it was like, oh, okay, it's going to do this interesting thing, and then nothing happened. I don't know.
No, I feel like it is best described as plot points that were never written into a script.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No, what?
Oh, some creaking metal something.
It was U-Haul old man.
Yeah.
U-Haul old man? Are you still here? Save me from the U-Haul? The saber-toothed genetically modified U-Haul that they made. Yeah.
I love that. No, it's every time there's just like points. There's things that just kind of, I don't know, happen. And there's things like they're loosely tied together. You kind of get the idea that this is what the plot is doing, but like I think the perfect example of like clusterfuckery for me was, we have Selena. She's in the lair of the cult, these cat cult people. I don't know if we've really talked about who they are, but
the cult of the cat, I guess.
Yeah, they're these people. They wear black outfits.
They've been around since ancient Egypt, but we've never seen them before.
Yeah. And no one's bothered to stop them in all of that time.
No.
And we don't know what they worship, but there's something to do with cats. Or how they worship or what the sacrifice. Who fucking cares even?
They just do it.
They just do it. But so we have this whole thing with like Selena, and she's talked herself into becoming a member. And then the scene ends. And we cut to a dude in one of these costumes looking over the edge of a cliff. And then you hear Batman's disembodied voice. And then the dude pulls off his mask. And Batman says some fucking generic line about like, oh, well, what about something you're scared of? But hey, look, bats. There's no... Yeah. The last time we see Batman, he is jumping towards a dude on a motorcycle. We have nothing to connect these two events.
He took him to the Batcave. I don't know what you're upset about this scene so much. You were upset when we were watching it too.
Well, it's
I want to be upset about it with you, but I'm not following.
It's just so confusingly disjointed. Like there's nothing to say that is the Batcave because we were previously at the cat cult place.
Oh yeah. No, we were previously at unknown chimney location.
Well, there's unknown chimney location, and then there's Selena being captured, and then there's Selena being like interrogated by cat people, and then we have Cliff.
See. Yeah,
so the fact that
you're
like
already at a new place. Yeah.
The fact that you were like, I thought he was like maybe looking over the cliff to seeing Selena and the cult dude talking,
like
because
this was
otherwise
in the same place.
Yeah, it's like why do we have this shot of this dude? Like it's not Batman being like throwing this dude and then he ends up at the cliff and then Batman starts interrogating him. It's just dude looking over a cliff, Batman's disembodied voice, he's nowhere to be found, and then a swarm of bats.
I mean, I guess maybe it's a result of me having seen these shows too many times, but like I instantly like, oh, blue cave, it's the Bat Cave. Like I didn't have any problem with that. But
that didn't, I honestly had no idea. I guess I could have given enough time, considered that, and thought that, oh, well, Batman took him back to the Bat Cave to interrogate him. But also, where did he come from? Why was he leaning over there's no setting. He's just suddenly there looking over a cliff.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was kind of a cool, like,
really?
Batman knocked him out and then took him to the Batcave off screen.
And he woke up on all fours looking over the edge of a cliff?
No, he's like lying on the ground. He's unconscious. And then he wakes up, he's like, oh, where the fuck am I? And then he doesn't know, he can't possibly know where he is because he's in the Batcave. It's all spooky. Batman's talking to him from a dark place he can't see.
Did I blink and miss him waking up on the ground?
I guess. I don't know. The scene cut to the shot you're talking about, the top down shot of him on I think that was supposed to be him lying on the ground and then like, oh, what, where am I? What's going on? That's why he takes his mask off in the first place.
Oh,
so, I don't know.
See, it's just bad. That's just bad storytelling. It's bad place setting.
I was going to say it might just be a sign that it wasn't as well executed as it could have been because you didn't know what the fuck was going on, I guess. So, I mean, that's the only option, right? So,
also, speaking of, that comes on the tail of, and maybe this is why I'm just extra confused.
Why do we talk about coming on tails, Brian?
It's because cats, man. Even though that big one, the saber-tooth one, didn't have a tail.
Yeah.
But we also had the Batman and Catwoman go to mysterious warehouse and look on computer for cat cult stuff.
That didn't
was
make
that
any
her
sense.
Base?
I have no idea. Like,
so that's where I'm at with the cave.
Yeah. Okay. Because so in You Scratch My Back, the Nightwing Catwoman team up, there was a scene where they're somewhere, Nightwing and Catwoman, I think at the bad guy's lair, and Nightwing is looking up like shipping schedules on a computer, like like boat shit. He's looking up boat shit, and he has a floppy disk and blah blah blah. And I thought maybe that's where they were in this episode for a second, thinking like, oh, maybe I misremembered and that was Catwoman's house or something. But they're in like a cat-themed factory or something.
Yeah.
Like, because there's big cat heads on the sides of machinery and whatever. So, yeah, but like halfway through their conversation, they're being ambushed and Catwoman's like, oh, I know a way out of here. And you and I both realized that we're like, where the fuck is here? Like, where are we? I don't. So I guess they were at some cat cultist lair, but it's not
looking
the
up
main
information
one.
About the cat
Yeah,
cultists?
why did they go there?
They have a factory that just has all their like hidden information on this unguarded computer.
We must have missed something, a sentence or two, because maybe that's where Catwoman stole the Statuette in the first place, and they went back there to find more stuff. But I really don't know. I thought it was really funny that we both had no idea.
And also, man, what is the fucking place setting in this episode? They started out in a like hedge maze.
Yeah.
Like straight out of The Shining.
Yeah, Catwoman's running through a labyrinth.
She stole it from the labyrinth that also has a panther just like hanging out in it.
Yeah, well, okay, I didn't understand that either because the panther shows up. Okay, I agree. I'm starting to believe in the
bottom
episode
10.
Good.
Bottom 10.
I don't know, maybe, but the panther shows up, and I'm like, oh, okay. The panther belongs to the Wolverine guys. Obviously, it's like she's cornered now on both sides they're surrounded, and then they show up and their eyeballs go, whoa, like a panther. I wasn't expecting that. And then she befriends the panther, and they just stand there and let her leave because and so I'm like, okay, what were they surprised about? And then I think another thing that I also came to mind in terms of like maybe they laid out ideas for this episode and couldn't come up with like a cohesive enough script, so they just put all the ideas in. Was the Wolverine cat cultist guys? First of all, they're chasing her on foot through the place.
Yes,
and then they only have their cat Wolverine claw things. And
one of them has a sword.
A sword. Yeah. Okay, they have melee weapons. They have sharp dagger weapons. And then in the very next scene, Catwoman is running away from other ones who now have motorcycles and guns. And I thought,
by the way, I would like to point out that is almost certainly. I was trying to think of this. Like I called it during the episode that it was a Ducati. I am pretty certain the motorcycle is a Ducati 98, not 1998.
Okay.
It was made in like the Wikipedia tell me 50s. Mm-hmm. But it looks a lot. It looks a lot like that. The single big round headlight, blah, blah, blah,
okay.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I believe you. It looked kind of Akira motorcycles, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it was a red motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I thought of it. But yeah, I just felt like they were like, okay, the cat cult guys, like, draw them up. They'll have guns. No, they'll have swords. Nope, they'll have this. They'll have that. And then they just had
and like in descending order. Yeah. Like the first thing we see is a sword that cuts a hole through the hedge.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have some claws then, but then we have guns on bikes, and then they only have Wolverine claws.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in this episode?
I did like you pointed out a good funny thing of that Catwoman uses her whip to like grab the guy's gun and then yank him down off the top of the fence, and you're like, he could have let go.
Yeah, he could have let go of the gun.
He's holding on like, no, my gun, no. And then she pulls his whole body over. If he had just let go of the gun, it would have been okay. Yeah. And then he would have been up there with his swords and claws and stuff. He has so many
motorcycle.
other options. Yeah, he's on a motorcycle just hovering behind the top of the fence. You can't prove otherwise. Yeah. I don't know. I thought the animation in general was okay. Like the way everyone was pretty fluid in the action.
I don't know. There was
looked good.
There was the comic book flat 2D of Isis. That was weird.
Oh, at the end, yeah. I thought that you were making a face at her, like forgetting that you'd already seen her in this form as Selena Kyle. I thought
with the black hair.
Yeah, with like, what the hell happened to her or whatever. And I was going to have to be like, you already saw this, but that was not
it was her one-dimensional cat.
Yeah. Or I thought,
yeah,
whatever. If it's 2D in a cartoon, then it loses another D.
That's a 1D in the cartoon. Is what I was going to say. There's no depth to this cat.
I also like how Commissioner Gordon says, well, we thought we could book them on a bunch of stuff, but there's actually less than we thought. There's less stuff they stole in the place. And like, that was a giant castle. Like, how did Catwoman go, see you later, and leave and take thousands, millions of dollars worth of jewels and all that stuff, and then escape to Paris and no one noticed? Yes, Brian?
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Okay.
It's not about her stealing stuff, but about them just getting the cultists on theft when there are several skulls in a murder pit in their basement where Batman's belt was that he handed back to Batman. He saw the fucking pit and skulls, and he's like, guess we got him on petty theft.
And the 12 dead people in the pit also.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck?
When you
bottom 10, bottom 10.
I'll get there. Even though I just said that the animation was good, there were a couple moments of very strange choices where
it started off strong with Jewel and also the box that said box.
Yeah,
those were great
animation
we had a
box
moments for me.
Forever ago in BTS, and it was nice to see another box. It was a box labeled box in case you didn't know what it was.
Kimmy.
But Kimmy.
Kyle.
Kimmy told me to call you Brother Broderick again, so I will do that. Here, there it was.
Dear listener, bring it back.
Yeah, call him Brother
Bring
Broderick.
it back. Bring it back. Bottom 10.
Okay, the big cat jumps at Batman, and first of all, the cat should have just bit his head off immediately. Batman is really struggling. He should have died. Batman, this is the last episode of Batman. He's under the clutches of the cat, and there's little bits of bone behind his shoulder that they for some reason decided to redraw every single frame.
Just off the side of his head.
Yeah, and most of the bones in the background were painted, but then there was just two little chunks of bone
jiggle
that were
bones
just hanging out. Yeah, 2 jiggle bones. 12 dead people and 2 jiggle bones.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the second cult of Catmas. A gold catchuette and a partridge. Ah, boy. Okay, let me tell you the cast of this episode.
Oh, please do.
Kevin Conroy as Batman / Bruce Wayne. He was not Bruce Wayne in this episode. Bob Hastings as Commissioner Gordon. Adrienne Barbeau as Catwoman /
Kalina Sile.
We have Scott Cleverden as Thomas Blake. He played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars Episode 1 video game and Star Wars Jar Jar's Journey video game, which I've never heard of and hope to never experience. He was also the voice of Carnage in the Spider-Man 90s animated series, so that was kind of cool. He was on Gargoyles as John Carter, John Canmore, and John Castaway. I have no idea why the fuck he was 3 different Johns in Gargoyles, but he
was. John C. as well.
yeah, you're right. I don't know. There must be something with that. He will be back as one more notable character later. We have Jim Piddock as Martin, who was the guy who woke up in the Batcave. This is his only DCAU acting credit. He's one of those I know that face guys. So if you want to Google him, Jim Piddock, you'll recognize his face. He played Reginald in Independence Day. He was in Best in Show as a character named Trevor Beckwith. He also voiced Dr. Savannah.
Do I know his face?
I don't know. I knew his face. He looked familiar to me. Maybe he doesn't to you. I don't know. Played Dr. Savannah, Shazam the Wizard, and Calendar Man in Batman the Brave and the Bold. He voiced Elrond and Bibbo in Fellowship of the Ring video game. He's Zazu the bird in most Lion King spin-off shit that's not the Lion King movies. And he played Headmaster in Austin Powers and Goldmember. I don't really remember any of his live-action characters, so I'm not sure why I know his face, but I do. And then last we have Tasia Valenza as female cultist. So this woman didn't even get a name.
Oh, she didn't, did she?
She was previously Miriam in Baby Doll. Baby Doll's like glasses wearing bodyguard lady. And Gina in Feeding Time, who was the cop driving across the bridge, and Parasite comes up and parasites her and takes her powers of being alive. And that's it. That's the cast.
Hooray.
You want to hear the very small trivs I have?
I do.
Most of them are mistakes in the episode. You caught Jeweler,
which was shown
Jeweler
twice at two different angles.
Oh, and they still.
So I wonder if it is just like Toys R Us kind of a thing.
Yeah, maybe
Jeweler.
they named it that way. I did kind of like that moment of the guys Batman's tying up being like, no, we're just this is a fashion statement. We're just hanging out or whatever. Like it was kind of a good little thing. I got when Blake orders his henchmen to go after Catwoman, Martin's hair is brown. In the next shot, it's black. For the remainder of the episode, it's brown again. Neat. When chasing Batman and Catwoman, a cat cultist swipes the Batmobile's roof with his claws, but the scratch marks then appear on the passenger side window.
I did catch that.
Yeah. When Catwoman's trying to escape the cultist with the gold statuette, otherwise known as the Catchouette, in a bag, she leaps from a fence with nothing in either hand, then grabs a ladder with the swag bag in her left hand. Okay.
That triv is as good as this episode.
Yeah, thanks whoever wrote that triv. The last thing I've got is I was going to write this up about Thomas Blake's comic book origin story for you because this is a comic book character. Okay. But the triv was already written for me, so I didn't have to even look it up.
Sweet.
He's normally known as Catman in the comics. And I guess they just decided that was too silly. And we'll just do a big saber-toothed cat instead for this show. It's got to be more serious.
This is a lot more serious than that.
This episode features Thomas Blake as the leader of a cat-worshipping cult. In the comics, Thomas Blake was known as the villain Catman, an eccentric trapper of jungle cats who turned to crime after squandering his millions. In a post-crisis story from the Legends of the Dark Knight called Heat, Catman was reimagined as a serial killer in a black cat costume with claw blades on his wrists, and Batman and Catwoman form an uneasy alliance to take him down. While Thomas Blake is never called Catman in this episode, this animated depiction of Thomas Blake is a mashup of the two comic versions. I don't know.
I feel like that's a better storyline than this.
Just automatically any of the like old stories from the origin stuff just sound better.
Or just like Batman goes shopping for the day. Better story.
You just didn't like this one at all.
No.
Yeah, I really do think it had like kind of potential to be cool, but then I think something that put me in the same mindset of like, oh, this is kind of a weird bad one or whatever is the music right from the get-go when you see the first shot of Catwoman's feet running in the labyrinth place. The music the whole episode was like straight out of like a 60s Star Trek episode. Like it was just this weird I don't know how to describe it. Like maybe Jordan will have words later or he won't, but
I hope so.
There was just there was something about it, something with the vibe of Christopher Carter's Chosen orchestration that was just very much I don't know, the instrumentation or just the type of melodies he chose or whatever just felt very much like, oh, Kirk is on the planet fighting the Gorn and stuff like that. And there was even in the scene of Batman fighting the big cat in the arena. First of all, I'm pretty sure the music in that scene is used later in a Justice League episode, but because I was like humming it and I'm like, again, I don't know this episode. Why am I humming the music? But it also just felt like that famous Star Trek, Spock has to like battle Kirk with a big battle axe thing and stuff like that. Very similar vibe. I don't know. And that just kind of not to say that like original Star Trek is nothing but bad or whatever, but it just kind of put me in that like this feels like an old sort of like I don't know, I don't want to say like out of touch, but just not modern thing that I'm watching. I don't know. So it just left a weird feeling for me.
It's not captivating for me.
Yeah.
Captivating,
yes. Captivating.
Again, the story was just a little too disjointed. The characters, like you said, like, okay, well, there's going to be something like, it did seem like the main Thomas, whatever, like he maybe wasn't going to be the final boss, but actually that chick was going to be. Mm-hmm. And then nope, she falls.
She's immediately. Yeah.
Immediately.
She's
She's just
immediately.
like one swipe and then breaks her back and dies. The end.
Yep. And Catwoman throws a towel over her, says, sorry. I like how we laughed at that, and then Catwoman laughed right after that. As if to be like, yeah, I know. Keen effects. I can think of one single one, and that is when the top of the chimney explodes, there's like 2 frames where it's like white background, black silhouette of the chimney and Batman and Catwoman, and then they fly out of the thing. And that was pretty cute.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I also agree with that is the only one.
Yeah. Animation pretty solid overall, but it was just
fine.
in a boring episode.
Great. Yeah.
There's no CGI, so we don't have to do that. Batman's usefulness. What song do I play? This one.
Kerem Mazman.
What did Batman do? Did he get a 10 or only a 2? I really gotta know, tell me now, what is Batman's usefulness?
Brown. You can take that one.
No, I think we should. That's the phone in, and we agree that it's the best one. But now we got to do our second and third best.
Okay, I will give Batman 6 because he saved the day or whatever, but he had a really hard time against the cat thing, and he also got clobbered over the head 2 different times. What he said, he'd been knocked out twice, and I could only think of the Catwoman one. What was the first one?
I could only think of the Catwoman one too.
When did he get knocked out the first time? I don't know. Did we forget the episode already? I think so. But I'll give him a 6. Does Catwoman have Tim Burton Catwoman powers? Why can she talk to cats and make them stop doing evil things out of 10? Very confusing to me. Like she should not be able to do that. She doesn't have like supernatural cat shit like that movie. She just is a person.
She just bathes herself in cat pheromones.
Yes,
every morning.
Cat urine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Selena, your perfume.
It's time to pee on me, so I can keep talking to cats. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was unimpressed, so I'm gonna go down. I agree with you that he did a lot, but I'm just gonna give him a 5.8. Jiggle bones out of 10.
Jiggly bones, yeah, okay. Good.
Or like catchouettes or Wolverine claw people.
Whatever you want. Yeah. Brown objects, yeah.
Brown objects.
Speaking of, where's Clayface? Was he the brown object?
He was the pillar holding up the bill. Wait a minute. That was set up to be the cat knocks over this load-bearing pillar. The place is going to start to fall down. No,
fine.
It was a decorative structural pillar.
I think my favorite part of the episode was when the cat escapes. First of all, they didn't build the wall high enough to keep the cat from just going, I don't want to be in here, and just coming out of there. But he does that. He starts running around. He runs into a guy, he knocks over, he slashes away another guy, and then the third guy is just hanging onto the pillar, and he just goes, and falls off with nothing
to his death.
To him. Yeah, exactly, to break his spine on the floor. He just decides, like, this episode isn't worth my time. I'm falling, the cat got me.
Similarly, he somehow, like, jumped up and grabbed onto there?
Yeah, he was trying to get out, I guess. I don't know.
To what end?
Dogs.
Max,
we're talking. We don't have time for this, Max. Clayface is wherever. I don't care. Books.
It's one of those episodes.
Books.
Yeah, books.
Okay, I'm good with putting this on the bottom 10. That's fine with me.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay!
Where do you want it? We have 16 at this point.
We have bottom 17.
I'm just going to add a 1. So it's now FSEC 17.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to kind of put it in a random spot. Yeah. Cult of Tech Cat.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait.
There's way too many on here now. What?
You're
changing it back. Yeah, it doesn't deserve to be spelled correctly. Yeah.
Ooh. Torch Song, Prophecy of Doom. I've got Batman in my basement. The Last Laugh, the Promethean, the Clock.
The Cloth King. He was
Being a
always
clown?
talking about detergent.
The Cat in the Claw Part 2, It's Never Too Late, Target, Cult of Takat, Mad as a Hatter, Cat Scratch Fever, Day of the Samurai, Heavy Metal, The Underdwellers, The Terrible Trio, and that's it.
Yeah, Dude, Where's My Batmobile in Mephisto.
Yes.
God.
Mephisto category.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
We've got 2, I think, from this show on here. Is that true?
Torch Song?
I think so. Yeah, Torch Song and now Cult of Takat. A lot of Batman, couple Supermans.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's another one of those where it's, an episode I don't come back to watch like, oh, can't wait. I'm just going to put on an episode, Cult of the Cat for sure. But it's never been one I've considered to be like wow, this is really not good until,
Guess
we
what?
do this. We unwrap it.
You can do it now.
Merry Christmas. You have my permission.
Listeners out there, you're welcome. This is on the bottom 17 now. And if you wrote in to say this is one of your favorite episodes,
oops,
you're wrong.
You should take that back and stop listening to them. No. There's been a lot of good chit chat in the new Discord server in the Jump on the Bat-Wagon channel about either predicting what we'll think of an episode or just people talking about their opinions on it and stuff like that. And it's always kind of nice to hear whether or not regardless of whether someone likes the episode or not, just to hear other people's opinions, because we're kind of, when we record these, at least we're in sort of a little box of like, yep, this is what we thought. And then we'll hear other people's opinions and go, oh no, oh, we thought different than that. Sorry about that. But
I really wish I could participate in those. That sounds fun.
It's okay.
But have fun without me.
I will.
James, you look 4 hours older than the last time I saw you.
Oh, thank God. That's all you were going to say. I was like, what the fuck? What is he going to say about my appearance?
James, you look
terrible.
Gay.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That yacht. That one small extra yacht put it over.
We drop
What we drop?
our weekly yachts
Oh yeah, those.
into the comment box. There sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're wrong.
At least I am.
Just Dylan Pollock.
Dylan Pollock. What
Wait.
a guy.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
Kimmy,
What is it,
Kimmy
Brother
told me
Broderick?
to ask. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, since you did that. Crosswords. We're thinking crosswords. Massachusetts Mount Blank College. 7 letters. She thinks it starts with an H.
I don't know.
She
It's
want-
not a Fox News newscaster, so I don't know the name of the. I don't know what it is.
She said, don't forget to ask the listener. Which I don't know if that's just Dylan or if that's everyone, but
Yeah, it is
Kimmy,
just Dylan. Dylan
you
is
asked.
everyone.
Now it's going to be 2 weeks before you get any
Yeah, you can finish the
responses.
crossword. Yeah, what was your plan, Kimmy? What was the
Right?
scheme?
Or I guess go to the YouTube comments, Kimmy.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that'll at least get you slightly quicker.
That'll be
Of an
the
answer.
quickest way. That'll be
It'll
like
only be
potentially
5 days
Friday.
behind. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you
Cool.
go.
Yeah,
Don't
I
tell
thought
me
so.
I'm a bad friend. She didn't say that, but I know she was.
Why
thinking
never
it.
say that? Why would you say that?
You know why?
I'm trying really hard to get to the document of the stuff that I say, because despite saying it so many times, I'm never going to remember what I'm supposed to say. It is, if you want to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can send us a punctuated, short-ass, small email or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on today's episode on the Pod Tower YouTube channel to tell Kimmy what the name of Mount H College is.
In
Hood?
Massachusetts. No, that's
No, that wouldn't make
that's
sense.
Oregon.
Yeah, that would be here in Big Bus.
That's one of those, like, I don't know. Oh, is it Hoyle? Is it?
That's not a word.
Wait a minute.
But please don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian. Don't hoil anything past this episode for Brian. That's the hard part about crosswords these days. You could just Google anything, and
Kimmy's
it's like
good
to
like
keep
that.
yourself from doing it.
She will ask her friend, hence you that time. She will ask her friends unabashedly, be like, "Do you know this?"
Yeah, without looking it up. Yeah.
But she will never, because that's not her speed, and I respect that. And fucking
also,
hell, how did I not?
It's weird how I mentioned the Fox News newscasters. It makes no sense to any of the listener, but she's asked me multiple times the names of like 2000s era newscasters, and I'll just know them. But it's like a curse because as soon as I give her the answer, it leaves my brain. Like I can't tell you the name of whatever that blonde lady with the weird cleft lip was in like 2002 Fox News anchor woman. Like I can see her, I can hear her. I don't know what her name is anymore. It's left me. Sorry, Gimme.
Well, hopefully she doesn't have to ask you that again.
I know. I hope
generally
not.
it's a one and done, you know?
Yeah. This is emails and comments from last episode, The Ultimate Thrill or Batgasm. Thank you, Dylan Pollock, because we didn't have any good ideas. This is from Trevor Savard, which is a new one. Press the button.
Press the button.
Hello, Bat Brian and Joker James. First time reaching out. I started listening around August 25th. Now I'm on the Lion and the Unicorn, pretty much just listening nonstop. Really love the dynamic you guys have, especially considering how hard it is to talk to someone who is as old as the planet, but you make it work.
Thanks.
BTAS and the DCAU has had such an influence on my life. I'm only 21, but my dad bought me a bunch of volumes of BTAS and Justice League. Finally got enough money to buy them all, and it's my favorite collection. By the time the show is over, we are all going to be old as Brian was when you started. Keep yapping, Trevor. P.S. My two favorite animated universes are the DCAU and Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I find it funny that the BTAS episode titled Avatar aired on May 9th, which happens to be my birthday.
Oh!
Happy late birthday, May 9th.
That's a very late birthday. However, my like best friend from forever is like May 7th. And my like...
You mean May 18th, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got my buddy Justice, May 7th. My like air quotes twin Nika, May 8th. Your wife, May 18th.
Yeah,
I can never remember your birthday.
I don't know. It's weird.
There's some more in there too. But I like May people. May people are good people.
Yeah, I wish I was one of them. I'll never be.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trevor. Welcome. This is from Alan Black, which is also a new one.
My God, they're coming out of the woodwork.
Thank you guys for what you do on the pod. I've been listening to it for over a year now, which is wild to me. My grandfather passed away recently, and being able to listen to your podcast helped me to get through that and to escape for a bit. So thank you for being the yoppiest of dudes, Alan Black. I'm sorry to hear that, Alan, but I'm always glad that we can be there for people, even though we're just dicking around being fucking idiots.
Yeah. Alan, we're always happy to be there for you. Like anything you need
at all,
ever.
Yeah.
You let us know.
Also, happy late birthday whenever your birthday is.
It's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Well, it was so late. It's 364 days late. I'm so sorry. We got a euphonium star damage report for Ultimate Thrill.
Give me.
Police helicopter, Soder billboard. Building. We didn't talk about Soder last time. We were too distracted.
But we did say it
just now. Building wall, Batwing wing, cliff, window, chicken hauler truck, Roxy's rocket ship, Batman's jet wing, Penguin's apartment, bed, window, couch, and floor, water tower, airplane, garage door, second rocket ship, third rocket ship. She's got so many rocket ships. Good golly. Yeah, good stuff. This is Hex Lex.
Hey,
oh God, it's a voice message and I clicked on it too quickly. Here it is.
Hey, Yappy Dudes, Hex here. So, Cult of the Cat, aka Catwoman, is just kind of a piece of shit for 22 minutes. Seriously, like, the episode starts off with her making a poor decision, and I don't think she made a good one for, like, the entirety of the episode.
She helped
It's funny, I've been watching Capes Crusader with a friend, and she asked me, why does Batman care about Catwoman? Like, one way or the other? Like, why does he put up with her antics? And I kind of think this iteration of Bruce is kind of going to be asking himself when he gets home after this escapade. I did also find it great how both characters just in this episode have complete control over their respective animal. Catwoman's comes up multiple times, but lest we forget, Batman did also summon a swarm of bats against one of the cultists. I want to know where he keeps those things. Maybe in the cape somewhere? Anyway, thanks as always for your time. I appreciate y'all, and stay yoppy, dudes.
Yeah, it was so weird how that guy was just face down and looking over a cliff. It didn't make any
just
sense.
like face down, ass up. The bats have come to attack me.
Yeah, up. Fucking
not
up.
a great
Let me
rhyme.
finish that, please.
I'm sorry.
I think Batman cares about Catwoman because she's a sexy lady or whatever. He's weak in the knees to the ladies.
Let us not forget our new Catwoman is a woman.
Our new woman's a woman in this episode. That she dramatically pulled her hood off to reveal a lady we've never seen before. Oh no. Dylan Pollock, Cult of the Cat. I've already forgotten this entire episode.
Good. Better off that way.
Yeah.
It's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on Cult of the Cat, or too much pussyfooting around will get you in trouble. Am I the only one disappointed that these cult members never land on their feet once? Also, does Selena just have a problematic compulsion because she's stealing stuff off the mantle and it might be worthless? She just has to be doing it, though.
What,
she's like
brown
Winona
stuff?
Ryder, but
Brown
worse.
objects. Yeah.
Also, Bruce Wayne's true superpower is his ability to endure head trauma, because if this man doesn't get CTE by age 40, it would be a miracle. And we need a miracle because we are in a B-Task lull with 3 meh episodes with even meh-er villains. It's time for the question of the week, which will also be meh, and it's Jim's favorite part. You ever steal anything? You get caught or nah? Police aren't listening. Or are they?
I feel like someone asked this
Wait.
before. What?
John Matter.
Thank you.
Wow.
It takes so long to get to the fucking button.
I think you need to take some stuff off the board because
I know, there's too
nothing's
much.
accessible anymore.
I can never get rid of. It must be there for all time.
Disappointed!
In this episode. Yeah, I feel like someone asked this before. Maybe
I think so,
only
too.
because I feel like I've talked about it. But when I was like 13, I stole a pair of gloves from Fred Meyer, and it's haunted me ever since. That's the only thing I've ever stolen.
Yeah, I've never stolen. The closest
I hear the sirens coming. Oh god.
The closest I've been is like drinks from work kind of a thing, which was like not super.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
upon.
there's probably other stuff I've taken that I shouldn't have that was more one of the. This is probably a similar situation where you're talking about where it's like, yeah, but like this is fine because fuck this place or whatever.
I mean, it wasn't even like fuck this place. It's like working at a restaurant, being like, I'm gonna take this drink.
Oh, like I think I stole a ream of paper and a thing of sticky notes and some pens and stuff when I left Big Bus. So,
oh really?
You know, whatever.
Nice.
It was in my desk already, and I was cleaning it out.
That kind of stuff. That's like hard to like. I feel like stealing is something where you're like doing something like
malevolently,
objectively or otherwise bad. And something that like police would get, like you taking paper and Post-its from Big Bus isn't gonna no one's gonna. They're gonna be upset that you brought it up.
It was $2 million paper.
So yeah, gloves though. Jamie, tell me about your glove stealing.
They were blue and I liked them.
And you're just
I wanted
like,
them. Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna like my parents will absolutely buy these for me, but like I'm just gonna take them.
Yeah, I don't really know why. I don't remember why.
Probably because you were a stupid kid with a not fully formed brain.
Fucking idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's formed yet. This is from Fiacre Horgan. That's weird. In my copy of the episode, Roxy exclaimed, "Yop, yop, yop," during the climax. I must have some faulty Big Bus Blu-ray. Also, if you guys liked...
that was mine that you must have gotten from the internet.
Yeah, whoopsie. If you guys liked One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze, you'll love One Bad Day, Clayface. It's an excellent horror story following Clayface as he tries to make it big in Hollywood. It's my personal favorite of the One Bad Day comic line, although the race issue is pretty great too. Yeah, there's several. There's the Good Riddler one too.
I didn't know that, but also speaking of horror things, the book that I brought along to Tattoo Day, because I was expecting to wait for some hours, which I did, was the Crow comic that...
Oh yeah,
holy shit. Who gave me that? I don't remember. I need to write it on like the inside cover. Listener, I'm so bad.
It's been too long since you've received it.
It has.
Yeah.
Please remind me who you are, and I will write it on the inside of the cover, or like just give me something to transcribe in there, and I will do it.
There's so many listeners now. We don't even know.
It's just
it's from Dylan.
It's my brain. It's just my brain.
Always from Dylan.
But that is like so much hard. Like, I love the original movie. I didn't like City of Angels, and I will not watch anything after that.
Yeah, don't.
But this comic goes so fucking hard. Holy shit. It's very good so far. I'm probably halfway through.
I got this cool Superman thing going on, but I don't like it. I don't want it to happen.
My hair is doing all sorts of shit today, so let's not even talk about that.
This is from Xenode, which is another new one.
What? Has this ever happened before?
Not this many in one, I don't think. Hello, Jin and Bronick. I've been a huge fan of the Watchtower database for a while, so I started listening to the podcast about a year ago as an excuse to re-immerse myself in the DCAU once more and swallow my pride and get over petty gripes like redesigns and late 90s tone shifts. At first, I found the podcast a bit strange compared to others, but after a while, the freeform nature and vibrant energy really hooked me. You guys have a killer dynamic. A killer croc.
You.
Yoppie Mail is also a highlight. It's a really creative community hidden in a Yoppie podcast, which is exactly why I decided to write into the podcast now that I'm about 15 or so episodes away from fully catching up. So I got opinions and jokes too, damn it.
Bring it.
Don't take this heartfelt email as a greeting. Take it as an omen of my arrival. Jokes aside, I've got 2 questions that need to be answered.
Yes.
1, would you rather new fans send voicemails, or do you prefer text emails for brevity? This question is mostly for me. I mean, you can feel free to send in a voice message if you wish, if you keep it under a minute, but we won't always play those compared to little chunk of text is easier sometimes.
I feel like there's a higher amount of, you have a better chance of having it read if it's written and succinct. And
succinct.
Sucked sink.
I sucked a whole ass.
And the voice messages that make it through are
special,
like S tier.
Yeah,
right. So you got a lot to that you're up against.
You have to decide for yourself. Question 2 is, what crippling animation quirk would you rather have? A, every text you read will now be garbled and jumbled Joker-Nasile style. You can still understand it perfectly. Or
AI
B,
before AI.
Oh my God, that's very reminiscent of that, yeah. Or B, every explosion/fire/Bernie thing in your life now visually looks like the Toyman Factory explosion.
That one.
Yeah, just little bits of bombs that you can blink and miss if you know. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that too. I want to be able to read. That would bother me too much. Even though apparently I can read through it, but I just don't want it. I've attached a helpful MS Paint infographic to help you choose, and thank you both for all the yaps. This is an image of the Joker-Nasile or explosions.
Explosions, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Thank you. Legacy Allen from Legisius. Okay. Yopton's Log 91. Hey, you guys watched Cult of the Kyle, where Kyle steals a Kyle from a bunch of Kyles worshiping the Kyle. Kyle. Here it is.
Yopton's Log, number 91. This stretch of my journey is one of much more radioactive proportions. My ship was bombarded with a small, colorful assortment of glowing crystal rocks. I recognized them quickly as I looked upon all the various colors of Yoptonite. There was green, blue, yellow, and I will not talk about the pink Yoptonite. Moving on, I looked to where the rock came from, and I saw above me on a near alcove a giant animatronic dinosaur. I thought I'd seen one of those in a particular cave once before, but evidently I was wrong. Some flying man was fighting this dinosaur, wildly varying between winning and losing. Gee, his power levels seem inconsistent. He dispatched the dino, flew across the bay to a jello-looking pink Jesus who quickly gave him the suck, followed by a metal man with a glowing green chest and oh shit, Superman just exploded a boat! Ahoy, avast, I'm hauling ass!
That's a good ending. That's all. It should always be your sign-off.
That's a new
Ahoy,
sign-off.
avast, I'm hauling ass.
Wow. And if you don't do that, then I think Mark's gonna have to take it. Make that canon for Mark.
This is from Super Beetle. Greetings, joke and bit. It's Femme Fatale triple feature time. Love is a Crock, or Look How They Massacred My Doll, is just disappointing and shockingly my intro to Baby Doll. The Ultimate Thrill, or Silly Criminal, Batman is Asexual, was the episode I should have protected my kid brother from, not Mean Seasons. Cult of the Cat, or Catwoman's in this, read in Community Dean voice, was kind of a nothing episode. My condolences, Brian. Is this a worse slump than the B-Task low point? Who can say? Till next podcast or later. Yappa yip yip.
Okay, new sign off.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want the Dean on this. What's his Jim Rash?
Name.
What's his name?
One moment, please.
Thank you, Jimmy.
That's correct, Jim Rash. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have gotten
Can we get him on the podcast?
Yeah, can you get on the podcast for no reason? Yeah.
Does he
Let's
do
see
anything?
If there's any, let's see, Jim Rash Batman. Yeah. He's on the Harley Quinn cartoon.
What?
He voices the Riddler on the Harley Quinn cartoon. I did not realize that. That's good. There we go.
Reach out.
Yeah. But Banana Man says, well,
what?
The fuck, Banana Man, what's going on? Are you dying? Do you, if you need medical assistance, say,
I need medical assistance.
Yes.
Because we're not going to remember saying this.
No. BD Pickett.
Wait, so has Banana Man ever said anything other than okay?
Not until the last couple episodes where it's been different things.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
What was the one previously?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that being different.
It was different 2 times now and 3 times now, I think. I'm
okay,
sorry, Brian.
Banana Man, I'm going to give you my phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a call.
Yeah.
Let me know things are okay.
It's 867-5309.
No, that's Jenny's number.
Oh, that's right. That's your friend who has a May birthday. BD, I don't know. I was trying to tie it in. Don't worry about it. BD Pickett. I think it's a new one. I don't know. You get a little, if so. What's hilarious is that this video came out at the exact time the DC Kids YouTube channel posted a clip from this episode. Yeah, fucking the Roxy Rocket podcast episode came out the same day. Yeah, the DC Kids YouTube channel posted the clip of the end of the episode with the, that whole thing. And I thought at first they just maybe posted a random other clip from the episode, but it was that scene, and I was like, the fucking kids, like, what? What the fuck? Obviously this came out for kids in the first place, but it was just so weird that it was timed that way, and also why that scene.
It's weird that it's weird that they did that in the episode itself.
Well, yeah, sure.
It's much weirder that out of context they just post that.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Not Banana Man. Shadow 111. That's
Is
a new
this also
one.
new too?
Yeah, it finally happened. I'm now fully caught up. All the Banana multiverse lore, LexCorp PSAs, Jack Ryder's emotional descent, Brian's ever-evolving roster of dogs, our Lord and Savior Dylan Pollock. Oh, and the podcast too, I guess. Beyond excited for what comes next, and stay yappy, my dudes. Thank you. We will.
Thank you for being here.
Especially
Thanks
as
for
people
catching up.
keep cropping up. Yeah. This is from Corey Regosa, who is not a new one. I remember that name. Hello, Jimmy and Bimmy.
Hello.
I'm writing to happily say that I finally caught up with the podcast.
I'm Bimmy.
I started listening back in May of 2023, so hopefully it is a more normal pace than some of the other listeners. Yes, that seems pretty good. Over like a year and a half.
It's a year and a half, yeah.
I am both happy and sad for having caught up. Happy because now I can participate in the current episodes with comments, but sad because now I can't listen to more than one episode a week. I wanted to respond to a few things. Did you actually text Dan Reba without context about me having seen him shopping? That would be funny if you did. I don't remember if I asked him, but I
Jamie
probably did. Yeah. Also, this next part is for Brian.
Okay.
You mentioned that you met the Mark from The Room and that he had a very awkward handshake with his palm down and his fingers curled in. The same thing happened to me before with someone else, and I had the same response, only for it to dawn on me later that the gesture was in expectation of a fist bump, and I felt super awkward and embarrassed about it later. Sorry if that makes you look back on that interaction the same way, but just thought I would share. Do you think he was doing that, or was he doing a real handshake?
No,
Yeah,
it was like fingertips kind of pointed down. Like it wasn't like a fist. It was
like a 1890s like lady handshake, like a
like okay.
Yes.
Imagine there's an orange sitting on your counter,
And you go to like lightly
and
rest your hand on it.
You put your hand just kind of like slack on top of the orange.
And then remove the orange. Delete the orange from your inventory.
Yes. And then hold that orange hand in the air in a
and then
handshake.
give it a good fist bump and break all his fingers.
I also feel like fist bump height is a different height. And
you wouldn't do like a
distance.
hip level fist bump. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a like.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just gonna go punching people in the fists now.
Yeah,
all the time.
Punch people
or in the hands. Yeah, hand
they'll
punch.
get it. Lastly, after my first email, you asked me how to pronounce my name, so I included a very brief voice message for that. Keep up the great work, and I hope to interact with the show more now that I am up to date. Also, Kyle, sent from my Windows XP laptop.
Corey Ragosa.
This is Microsoft Sam telling me this.
I can't hear.
Corey Ragosa.
Corey Ragosa. I'm always going to have to say it like that, yeah. This is from Kyle, wouldn't you know it?
Kyle?
Cult of the Cat. Hello, Gile and Bryle. Cult of the Cat was a fun episode. It reminded me a lot of a film that you would have seen in the 50s or early 60s. Yeah, the Star Trek thing. I don't know. What is it? Even though I think the Catwoman redesign might be my least favorite because it lacks all color, and I never get tired of seeing her wife Batman. Her wife Batman? What? With? I don't know.
Probably with.
I must address Kyle seeping into the other lore of the fan mail. I love it. Until next time, the Kyle. This is... Oh my God, what the fuck? I don't know if I'm supposed to play the thing first, so hang on.
All right, it's time to watch Cult of the Cat. Oh, who's the main antagonist in this? Oh, Selena the Cat. Wait, what? What's going on?
Oh, by the way, Kyle told me that out of his own vanity, whenever there's a new episode, he will search the transcript for the word Kyle before, so he can skip to that part and see what we said about him, and then he'll listen to the full episode. So we just have to kind of throw in a Kyle every once in a while, you know?
Oh, I love that. We should just have a timer.
Previously on the new Earl Adventures, the ultimate Kyle.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I thought having a family all exactly like me would be not nearly as sexual, but I don't know. It's the 80s.
The new Earl Adventures.
It's not recorded in front of a live studio audience.
That was a very chaotic message for Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. He also sent this image that just says the ultimate Kyle, and it's him and his family, but all their faces are replaced with Kyle's face.
Oh God, it's just like Apex Twin.
It's very gross. Yeah.
Apparently, Kyle and Ryan have been working together on Listen to Mail.
So, yeah, channeling the energy at least. Eric LeBeau, Cult of the Cat, or Thomas Blake should have been voiced by Adam West. That's a Fairly Odd Parents reference. Oh yeah, there is a Catman in Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh my God,
Here's a voice message.
Oh boy, this one's a stinker. I feel like a lot of people aren't big fans of TNBA Catwoman for a lot of reasons. Her design's not the best, and she almost feels like a completely different character with her complete heel turn and seemingly ability to control cats based on this episode. By the way, did anyone notice how often the characters in black blend into the background this episode?
Yes.
And I thought Ben 10 Alien Force had it bad. Honestly, I don't have much to say for this one other than I hope next week's episode is better. I'm starving for another good one.
Wrong!
Croc, we will eat Sunday dinner after you've showered.
Wrong!
Yes, I know there's still a big hole in the bathroom. Thanks, Metallo. But you can just pull the shower curtains.
Wrong!
Don't you whatever me. You're staying here for free. Now get in there. You're not getting your rotisserie chicken. And make sure you clean up all those little gloves that keep clogging the drain.
Wrong!
What do you mean there's scales? This is what I get for having a big heart. Till next time, keep calm and yap on.
Clean up all your little gloves. Like the out of context, if people are like just listening to this one for the first time, oh, what the fuck are they talking about?
Tiny gloves? Why is that funny?
Yeah, who knows?
I forgot about that completely, by the way.
Oh, I never forget. The blending into the background thing. There was a thing recently where like re-upload or re-release or something of whatever Ben 10 show he mentioned where the original broadcast was really dark and then they brightened it up for this new thing and you can see like so much more detail in the background that you couldn't see before, and like characters, like things that you didn't know were there, and all this stuff. But then people are having like issues with whether that's okay or whatever, because it's not what they intended, or whatever, like the stylistic choice or something.
I mean, if they drew it, they must have intended
I mean,
it.
yeah, I'm back and forth on it, but it does kind of translate into BTAS as well, because like the show looked a lot darker before the Blu-rays, and people have complained that like some of the atmosphere is lost and things like that. And I can kind of agree on some episodes, but I enjoy seeing every brush stroke and every pencil line that was going into it. Yeah,
I feel like there's a couple moments that I would go the other way. Mostly like if there's like a lamp swinging in front of Batman's face, like I would
just love to never see that.
Yeah, just straight black, and that would be fine. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it.
Like, you keep apologizing for making fun of that, and then just go right back to
Gotta stick to my guns.
I know. It's the character of Brian, of Brother Broderick.
Oh, yes.
LexCorp cares. Exciting LexCorp updates.
Oh, no.
Hey there, Yoppie friends. I've attached an exciting first look at the new LexCorp project. Also, we have attached our obligatory thank you gifts for a full year of exciting branded LexCorp content. Sent virtually so we could show our love to our shipping staff. If you really love something, you let it go. And if it comes back to you, it's as an independent contractor you don't need to insure. Oh my God. Firstly, there's Box.
Hey, Bermuda, Jamaica, I'm so excited to announce LexCorp's new September plan. It's Box. Everyone loves Box. So, when you look at a box, you just assume it's like, I don't know, like a solid cube of cardboard, and you can't do anything with it. Well, now, on the side of all of our LexCorp boxes, we're printing Box. We're just writing Box in big letters on the side of all of our boxes. So when you look at it, you go, oh, thank God for LexCorp. I know it's a box. I can store things inside of it. And I really think it's gonna revolutionize the world of boxes. It's really gonna do something with that.
He's losing it, man.
Superman destroyed a $40 million robot this month. He threw it into the sun. So we really need Box to work. We're dumping them in an alleyway near you. If you could please just pick up a Box and maybe post it on social. Have a good one.
I'm so sorry, LexCorp.
LexCorp cares a little too much.
Yeah. This LexCorp cares had asked me on Discord for a model sheet for Lex Luthor, but didn't say why. This is the image. It's like the end of the show, the end of the Superman intro, but it's Lex opening his shirt instead of Superman. Dear Jambles, you are a true friend of LexCorp. Thank you for non-detrimental effect on our profits for 4 whole quarters. Love LexCorp. And then in the corner, I get a 1 free My Girl explosion. And then it's the same image. Dear Borf, you are a true friend of LexCorp. Thank you for non-detrimental effect on our profits for 4 whole quarters. Love LexCorp. You get $5 off Bath and Body Works.
Ooh.
Thank you so much.
I actually expect that in my mail.
Yeah, if you could
send. And then I'm not going to use it because I don't go to Bath and Body Works or like.
Please don't send
stores.
me 1 My Girl explosion in the mail. I don't need it. I can't look at it and see only My Girl explosions. This is from the unknown. Till life do us part.
Welcome back, Yappers. Not to stomp out your guesses, but no, the character kidnapped is not Stampa. In fact, they're not even from Apocalypse. You've also twisted my words a bit in your head, James, so let's keep in mind, I did not say the character was big. I said you were thinking too small about the characters you have guessed. Also, no, it wasn't Red Claw. But great guess on Brian's part for fitting that into all of the categories I've given you. And since you all seemingly feel a bit lost, like Brian said, I'll tell you this. The character was seen in the first 100 episodes of the podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Good luck, boys. Make mommy and daddy proud for me.
So, like,
till next time.
Every character.
Every character except Roxy Rocket and Firefly. God damn it. I don't know, man. You said it was. I'm thinking too small. That's like Riddler talk for think of a big thing. So what do you expect me to do? Baby doll. I don't know. Maybe I'm reverse psychologying this. I give up. I don't care. I don't give up. It's fine.
I need a written list of all the hints.
Yeah.
because I'm just like having to like make all this like work its way through my brain soup.
Yeah, I know. It's too much. We're here in the moment. We're not living in the past, you know. We can't recall information here on this podcast.
The first
so if you could
100 episodes. It's everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone.
It's a hatless, capeless woman who's either little or big.
God, who did we even get? We guessed some lady, I think, like first.
Mm-hmm. Or in Catwoman and Lois Lane, I think, maybe, or something. Is it Lois Lane? I'm gonna guess. I don't think we guessed Lois Lane, but also Baby Doll, but also fucking anybody else. Harley Quinn. No, that's a hat.
That's a hat.
Poison Ivy. No, he said it wasn't Poison Ivy. Baby Doll Lois Lane in the parlor with a shotgun.
On the motorcycle.
Yeah, with a gun and a sword and Wolverine claws. Cult of the Cat from Scarloey 1. It says Cult of the Cat Pillar Incorporated. This is either the best thing I've ever done or the worst.
Oh, fuck.
Hello, listener, and welcome back to Jump on the Mechanic Wagon. I'm your host, Scarloey 1. In this episode, I will tell you about Season 1, Episode 15 of The New Earl Adventures, Meow.
Please do.
Meow, meow.
Oh, no.
Meow.
Oh, no. No, Scarloey, no good.
The end. This episode was perfect. See you next week. Same meow time,
no.
same meow channel.
No.
We're gonna have to edit that for the listener. You get one. You get one meow, and we're gonna edit the rest.
One per. There were about 40 others. I kept you from hearing. I spared you. We had to hear it all.
I think if I heard that 2 or 3 more times, I think it's hilarious. But right now, I'm just a little shook.
So we let the listener hear it even fewer times, so they're extra shook. Dr. Derp, the Cult of the Cat, or Selena Kyle and Jack Sparrow at the Jellicle Ball. On average, the Catwoman episodes from the original B-Test run aren't great. I noticed that on our bottom 10, we have, I think, like half of the Catwoman episodes are on the bottom 10.
Which sucks because she's like,
I know,
Halle Berry or whatever.
Yeah, it's Halle Berry. But I do at least appreciate their attempts to make Selena Kyle a nuanced and conflicted anti-hero. Catwalk is probably still my favorite Catwoman episode. That's the one with the ventriloquists. For her nailing her internal conflict while still being really fun and including the ventriloquist for good measure. Catwoman in TNBA is significantly more of a scoundrel in the vein of Jack Sparrow or The Man with No Name. And it's an episode as bonkers as Cult of the Cat that this iteration of Catwoman best stands out. This episode isn't quite the adrenaline rush the ultimate thrill is and has some funky animation, but the highlights are incredibly memorable. Oh no. The opening in the hedge maze, the alley chase, the climax in the arena, and the gene-spliced kitty cat, the Batmobile chase, Catwoman lounging in the Batmobile. I know the perfect place. Jail. Okay, that was
funny.
Batman's patented Batcave interrogation strategy number 22. The episode is just so action-packed. It's too bad the villain in that is that one guy from Birds of a Feather. I guess they look similar. Until next time, Go-Go Gadget Jungle Pride Megazord Year of the Cat plays over the loudspeakers.
So my thing, you said these points, and yes, these points were there.
They were.
What made those points a cohesive story? And a captivating story at that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
I'm
it's
sorry
like
to
Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean 5 or something. Ryan Hipp, Cult of the Childless Cat Lady. Because Tay Sway did the Childless Cat Lady thing and Swifties are a cult. Send your hate mail to I could give it rat's ass at goclimatree.org.
Do we count Batman being dragged by the cat monster as an embarrassing cape thing, or did the claws go directly into his back? In which case, shouldn't he be dead? It's everybody's favorite, Marvel gonna sue somebody, or hashtag cat Nazis. And episode good?
No.
Okay, who haven't I got to yet? The Unknown.
Yeah.
Say lippy lightly or pipey sinking.
Lippy, lippy, or pipey sinking?
Now say, hey ma, pass the hammy sink.
Now, what the hell is a hammy sink?
Okay, enough of that. The whole lawsuit crossover cameo arc, it's done. It's over. Brian, just keep in touch, okay? Let me know you're not caught up in gambling.com again. My number is...
Oh my god, it's so loud.
You got that? Cool.
I heard 3.
All right, I'm going to Florlando, losers. If you see me at Halloween Horror Nights next week, please don't stab me. Okay, bye.
What do you mean going to Orlando? You live there.
Yeah, you live in Florida. We all know this. Yeah, good stuff. I hope that the unknown was just as thrown off by what you were asking as I was, because legitimately I don't know.
Ryan's, I think Ryan's making art. Okay, this is all art. That is all.
It's always art, and you don't get to stab art, as we know. True score, Cult of the Cat, or this just feels like 90s Court of Owls if they wanted some hardcore sex. All right. Yeah, I did have that thought. There's a comic cult in I want to say like 2011, 2012, something like that. Batman comics called The Court of Owls.
Okay.
And it's this owl themed cult essentially that's been like operating underground in Gotham City for centuries.
Oh my God.
And all these rich people are involved in it and all this stuff. It is
An
very
owl
similar.
Woman comes in and she gets involved. You're fucking kidding me.
It's a lot more interesting than this episode was lore wise, but I did see a lot of similarities and I was interested to know if maybe it was like slightly based on it or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Princess Jasmine and Baladin. Another horny one. That's all. Yep, we just keep getting hornier here at Jump on the Bat-Wagon. Let's keep it up for the good of all humanity.
It's all that whiskey.
Yeah. Also, I'm currently watching with one of my roommates, Evan. In the past, it's also been my girlfriend, Allie, my friend named Brendan, and an online friend named Joseph, and a few others not of note, LOL. Wow. I'll tell them that.
Did you
said that.
Did you know me and Brody's girlfriend are friends now?
No.
We high five. It's pretty cool.
Do you shake hands limply?
No, I just punch her right in the hand.
Yeah. Here's what was said. That sword actually jump scared me the hell. Yeah, that we also like, whoa, and it sliced through the head. Oh, look, about 12 Wolverines, and oh my God, they have guns now. Yeah. They really did, oh my God, suddenly have guns. Why did the Batmobile change shapes as it was driving toward the screen? I also noticed that.
I didn't.
That's not how tires work. I had a thought about that. I forgot to say this. So the cat guys are on motorcycles. You see a close-up of one of their hands holding a bunch of little spiky metal balls.
Caltrops.
And sure. He throws them at the Batmobile's tires and it pops the tires.
Yeah.
And Batman's, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And just steering all over the place. Batman, pre-Batman, in the Mask of the Phantasm flashbacks, like when he's in his ski mask and stuff, he did that to a truck. Like he had little spike balls. He threw them at a truck tire, blew up the truck tire. Why would he not like have Earl or whatever build the Batmobile to not allow the tires to be like blown up by spike balls?
You mean just have a solid rubber tire that exists in the world? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, solid rubber tires exist.
Okay.
And also there's other things like stuff that you can put in to prevent a blowout and stuff like that from something like that, like a puncture.
Why did you know the names of the spike balls? Do you juggle those?
Yeah. That's why I've got such perforated hands.
Yeah. I mean, if you just put holes in your hands, then they can't hurt you. So
yeah, you just got to catch them at the right spot.
Yeah.
Which is why I have so many other holes in my hands.
Yeah. It didn't quite work the way I
God, you second guessed me, and now I'm like, are they not caltrops? Let me look. One moment.
I've just never heard this word in my life. Oh yeah.
One moment, please.
Yes. Caltrops are a type of weapon that consists of a sharp spike or nails arranged in a way that one spike always points up regardless of how they land. They're used to
an
impede
easy way
enemies
to avoid them is to just put holes in your hands ahead of time.
Okay, yeah. It's a D&D thing. That's why I know it.
Major League Psycho. That's what they called me in high school. I love how that he slowly moves up with her in the furnace just to talk. Not the gasping freeze frame, bruh. Yeah, the fucking commercial break where they're just gasping at the fire. That was a keen shot of the lighting on their faces, but then you just said, yeah, just sit there, don't move or anything or whatever. And I was like, they have to wait for the commercial.
I mean, it's the I'm gonna shut up. Kids show.
Yeah. Love Thomas Blake's nose moving up and down randomly while Catwoman lays here. Bro picked her up like she was 12 pounds. He really did. He just grabbed her hips and just picked her up like a piece of paper. Yeah. I mean, she kind of built like one, I guess. Colts be wild for real, for real. Stay safe out there, kids. Till next time, Brody. Sent on my carefully curated and grown big old tan pussy with some sharp honkers. Teeth. Oh my.
Wow.
I read that out loud just now. Jordan Newman. Writer Docu-Special 2 promo. First special on Firefly crushed it in the ratings. Here's the promo for Special 2. Start running it ASAP. It airs tonight.
An underground cult. A new genetic monster in the Gotham Zoo. And the cat burglar at the center of all of it. The story of Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman, is one of mystery and intrigue. How did this elegant socialite turn to a life of crime? Where did her kleptomaniac tendencies even begin? And what is the true nature of her relationship with the Batman? I'm Jack Ryder. Join me as I explore all of this and more tonight on Catwoman, the Feline Felon. Now over to the breakfast.
I'd watch that.
Today, I had a banana and a granola bar. I'm going to be honest with you. I completely forgot to rewatch the episode, but I remember I didn't like it very much.
Good, yes.
I don't remember what it sounded like. So hopefully the Catwoman motif was in there somewhere. You tell me. Never apologize for loving your fandom.
You
and
tell
try to
us.
stay optimistic.
Please apologize.
Jordan, you go back. You go back and watch it.
Sounded like Star Trek.
It sounded like Star Trek. You gotta listen to it for. You gotta watch it for that. Listen.
Help me. First we have Mark Aquino, Cult of the Cat, or There's No Fire Hands, 0 out of 10. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to call this the amnesia episode because I can barely remember anything about what happened. I mean, I think I thought it was just okay, but every time I rewatch it, I instantly forget what happens once the credits start rolling. Hopefully everyone else here has already made Black Panther and Wolverine jokes, so I won't bother. Oh, I think you're the first Black Panther one. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm fresh out of stuff to say. Maybe it was the 2-week break between podcast episodes. Maybe it's been my own BS that's keeping me from coming up with anything clever. What's happening to me? Proceeds to start singing a traditional I Want song in a Disney movie. How could this be? Scarface. All right, that's enough. James said that he don't want the mail sections to be long anymore, so just wrap it up, you big dummy. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Boss biggest bear hugs to the number 1 podcast host in this here multiverse of ours, Jet Fuel and Boyardee. Praise to our Lord and Savior, Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. I know, every time. Yeah. Remember to tell Gab she rules. Likewise, all his loyal disciples, all the names, you're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. Seriously, am I the only one who misses watching Superman episodes?
Oh,
I don't know. Does Brian miss watching Superman episodes?
At this point?
Yeah.
I could go for some World's Finest.
Yeah, that counts, yeah. I miss the Balderarchy. I miss how strong Superman is. I miss Bibbo. I need to get bibbed again, people. I need to get bibbed. Till next week's smoke bomb that'll be blown out by a big old whoosh because I just flew away, baby. Baby doll. Anyway, that's the mail. Here's the next name of the next episode, Brian.
Yes, Jamie, give me the name. Wait, should we really draw this out? We need to add some more time to this podcast, and we'll just
it's too short.
It's
just too short. I don't like it.
What's the first word?
Where?
That's definitely a Superman episode.
It is a Superman episode. You got
there you go, Mark.
You want the rest of the title or just where?
Fuck no. Hold on.
Oh, okay. What do you think it's going to be?
Superman's lost.
No.
Supergirl's lost.
The second word is theirs.
Where's? Where?
Theirs.
Where?
Theirs.
Theirs. Oh, a will, there's a way.
Nope. You would think that.
I would. Where?
It's another phrase. It's not as common.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm-hmm. It's just the first half of that.
Where there's smoke.
Mm-hmm. What's it about?
Superman's lost in the smoke.
I'm sure there's a moment he's in smoke. Yeah, I don't know. You got it 100%.
Oh, no. You know what that means?
I
don't know. I don't know, Jamie. I'm scared.
Well, you told me I know, but I don't.
Help me.
Scared.
Let's go play Helldivers, okay?
There's a smoke bomb, and there wasn't a big old whoosh to put it out, so I don't know where I am.
You gotta, whatever that saying was that we said like 20 minutes ago. Instead of
what?
Smoke bomb
Where
flying
there's
away.
a will, there's a way?
No, there's oh
no. Where there's a up, and away, I'm Superman. That's the name of the episode. Is it Batman or Superman?
Fucking Catwoman.
Yeah. Well, we have 13 episodes of Superman left and 9 episodes of Batman left.
We're in the count now, but it's the final countdown.
That's as fast as I could do. There's 13 episodes of the podcast total till we start another new show.
This better be Zeta Project, or I'm gonna be pissed.
It's not the Zeta Project.
I'm pissed.
But no more elimination processing.
It's been, when was Zeta month? What year was that? 2022?
2 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So it's been
it's been
at least
2 years.
At least 2 years that I've been like, I want to know
Since
about
Zeta
this Zeta
month.
Project thing.
Do you?
I spent
all right
too long in that bot costume to not be intrigued.
Not know what the Zeta Project is. Yeah. Well, you will find out someday, and it'll be a glorious day.
Okay.
But it's not today, and it's not 13 episodes of the podcast from now. So I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever. Just
I think I'm mentioning it here at the very, very end of the podcast, which is funny. But the last Batman episode we watched, Ultimate Thrill, was the start of season 2 of the new Batman Adventures. So we've now watched 2 episodes of season 2 of the new Batman Adventures.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that it really mattered or shifted in any possible direction, but there you go.
Great. Jamie, thank you for that.
And the next one, Where There's Smoke, this is going to be the start of Superman the Animated Series Season 3.
Wow. Sin.
Sin.
If you're sinning.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Holy shit.
Hey, listener, thank you for listening. I apologize for everything Jamie did.
I apologize for nothing. Goodbye.
The cat'll go to Gotham Zoo.
I expect. I'd like to see those cultists in the tiger cage, too. But the law says they're entitled to a trial.
You've got plenty of stolen goods in there for evidence.
There's enough to convict them, but it's not as much as you'd expect.
Oh?
Beluga or Sevruga? Ah, the heck with it. You know, Isis, I had no idea being on the right side of the law could be so satisfying. I guess virtue is its own reward.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted by the Watchtower Database. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for DC Animated Universe videos on a regular basis. This podcast is edited and produced by yours truly, James Strecker. Musical themes by Kimmy, Cooney Phoenix, Viltsu, Eric LeBeau, Jordan Blumen, my mother, and of course, my smooth co-host, Brian, Brother Broderick Meneely. To buy us a Yoppie beverage and hear your name read in a future episode, or to nab yourself a Yoppie Dude t-shirt, please visit the links in today's show notes. Thank you for supporting the show. You can hear more on today's DCAU episode by checking out our friends over on the DCAU Review and Tim Talk podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can email batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Pod Tower. New episodes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon are released Fridays on all your favorite podcast feeds and watchtowerdatabase.com. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.